Hi, welcome to Chez Les Fleur podcast, where we talk to women who are doing interesting and amazing things in business, whether it's a home-based business, whether they've got bricks and mortar, whether they're online, or whether they're all three of those things. We love to hear about the challenges and the success and the wonderful things that are happening in our women's business world. Today, I have with me Angela Baltkois, and she is going to talk to us about her business. And you know, I you do a lot, so I'm you're a busy woman, and I appreciate you taking your time from your busy schedule to be with us today. I know the world is fast, so we really appreciate you taking time to be on the podcast today.
Thank you for the opportunity.
You've been very successful in several business adventures. Tell us what attracted you to wrapping trucks.
Well, there's a bit of a story behind that. I used to own a web and digital marketing agency that I founded in 1999. And one day I had done a rebrand of a trucking company's, logo and website. And as I'm sitting there talking to the owners, there's all these transport trucks coming in, trailers, blank white trailers. And I said, that is a prime marketing opportunity. And I said to the owner, I said, you should be putting your new logo and website on there. And he said, no way. So out of that came, he said, no way, because I guess it's competitive. He didn't want his competitors to see that it was his trailers going into these really large clients that he had. So in a nutshell, he said to me, he says, if you want to offer the advertising space to your customers, go ahead. So that was back in 2013. I approached Jensen Trailers out of Oshawa, and they were the very first customer to wrap a 53-foot transport truck with their ad. And I know they are still a client of Big Rig Wraps today, which is such a success story. I'm so happy about that. So I started out by offering third-party advertising space on transport trucks, and then through COVID and everything, we segued into fleet graphics and commercial signage. And the other part of that story that I'm missing that I'm not telling you is I ran Big Rig Wraps and my former digital marketing agency in tandem together for a year. And then I sold my former CBS group company to my staff. And I'm now working on my third business venture.
Tell us more.
Well, this year I decided that, I have some grandchildren, and I was thinking it's time to, segue into semi-retirement. It's been 26 years. And I got a great offer on my company, Big Rig Wraps, and it was due to close on July 4th. And 2 weeks before closing, a bunch of us decided to put together a rock festival at the Orono Fairgrounds in 2026, and it's called Rockstalgia. So I will say this is a passion project. I'm the mother of an emerging musician and also an audio engineer intern at Treblecock Studio. And I'm surrounded by all this talent, and I'm thinking, man, I just want to help uplift them all and put them in a rock festival. So here we are.
So the rock festival, 1 day, 2 days, 3 days?
It's 3 days. It's an immersive experience, meaning that it's camping, food trucks, marketplace, kids zone, multiple stages, local talent, tribute bands. It's quite a mountain I'm climbing, but again, it's a labor of love. And I know a good friend of mine who is retired. He said, "You know what, Angela? We never really retire." He said, "We rewire." And I would say that's exactly what I'm doing right now. Is I'm rewiring, and I'm doing something that is in complete alignment with who I am and my passion.
Wow, that's fantastic. So what are the dates of the festival?
July 10th to 12th, 2026 at the
Perfect.
Orono Fairgrounds.
Excellent. So do you play instruments? Do you?
No, not at all. I'm a big admirer of music. I have been my whole life. I was raised by parents who, from the moment they woke up in the morning until the time the lights went off at night, there was music playing. A lot of my musical influences are because of my parents. They had the stereo going on at all times. Both my brothers played in bands, and I've just been a lover of music my whole entire life. I'm so blessed because at this moment, one of my children, my youngest child, is actually an emerging musician. So we're just loving, following her on her journey.
Excellent. Well, one of the things I've always said is bands, orchestras, operas, musicals, they only work if there's someone in the audience clapping and cheering.
That's
So that's where I fit in, as I'm like with you, love music and love a great variety of music, but I'm in the audience clapping and cheering.
Me too. And I have so much admiration and respect for anybody that has the nerve to get up on stage and sing in front of an audience. I have a hard enough time public speaking, speaking in front of people. I can't imagine how much nerve that takes, how much guts that takes to get up there. And especially if they're singing their original music, my goodness, that is just, it's very impressive.
I was just going to say that when you write a song about some personal bump in the road and then you perform it. I remember years ago seeing Burton Cummings, and he was doing his solo tour,
Yeah.
and he talked about the song These Eyes. And he said, "This is why I wrote this song." He said, "So in love with this woman, and she left him." And he said, "It was 20 years before I could sing this in public." And I thought, that's one of your best songs. Like, I love that song. And,
Needs
for him to even tell the story and then sing it, I thought, wow,
Yeah,
that's
there's so much heart and soul that goes into that. And I'd like to share, while on our journey to Rockstalgia, we are actually doing monthly and quarterly events to uplift the musicians and artists in general. One of them is called Backstage Local. It's a monthly music event where we highlight three local artists. It could be any genre of music. And it's a combination of storytelling, interviewing them, finding out, why they wrote that song. What's the meaning behind it? So we do that on a monthly basis. We move it around. This month, it will be on November 29th at Black's Distillery in Peterborough. We're skipping December because that's a busy month. And then in January, we'll be back in Coburg. And February will be Bowmanville, and then back in Peterborough again in March. That's one of the music events we do. And then the other one we do that we're really excited about is called the Main Stage Challenge. And that's kind of like a battle of the bands per se. And that gives, bands, again, with original music, they can come on stage, sing their songs. There'll be judges, prizes, and giving them an opportunity to get on the big stage at Rockstalgia in 2026.
wow,
And I'd
that's
like to
really great.
plug in here for our amazing sponsor. Treblecock Studio is our sponsor, and we could not be doing this without them. They're incredible.
Well, they are incredible because they produce my podcast, and I could not be producing a podcast on my own. And
Yeah.
Treblecock is they're the glue that holds this whole thing together. So I'm in total agreement with you about Treblecock Studios.
Yeah.
And Black's Distillery is in beautiful downtown East City, where I have a business as well. So I know Black's well, and that's they're great community supporters as well.
I'm looking forward to going there. I haven't been there yet. It'll be my first time. So I'm
Good,
pretty
yeah.
excited about that event.
Yeah. No, it's a great business. So
That's awesome.
Which band was your hardest one to nail down?
Well, we're actually in the very early stages of booking. We've only booked 3 bands. We are not.
Okay.
We're just we're very grassroots in the very beginning of our journey. Our website isn't even completed. There's a 1-page teaser. The website, ticket sales, bands being booked, everything's all happening in November. So this is go month for us. This is a very busy month for us. So we're very excited about everything that's falling into place.
Well, good. Yeah. And it will fall into place. It'll be like dominoes. One will drop and then the next thing you know, you'll be at your event and everybody will be having a great time, and
we'll be planning the next one for 2027.
Absolutely. Well, good for you. Okay, Angela, I know that you're busy and you've you've told us just probably a fraction of the things that you're doing. So I appreciate your time. We like to end a podcast with some rapid fire questions. So if you're up for that,
Sure.
I got some questions for you.
Okay.
Okay. You ready?
Yes.
Bieber or Drake?
Bieber.
Orange or apple?
Orange.
Fender or Gibson?
Fender.
Burger or pizza?
Pizza.
Leafs or Jays?
Both.
Yeah, it's kind of like trying to choose your favorite child, isn't it?
Yeah. I'd have to say, if I really had to choose right now, it'd be the Toronto Blue Jays. They just played an outstanding World Series. I have never been more impressed by baseball in my whole life.
Yeah, it was great to watch.
Yeah.
It was great what they did for our country.
Mm-hmm.
It was great to see them together, working together. I'm fully in agreement with you. And
I was sad when it was all over. I was like, now what
yes,
am I going to do?
yeah, exactly.
Staying up till 3 in the morning watching extra innings.
Yeah, it just kept going, didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Angela, I really appreciate you taking your time to be with us today, because as you said, November is a busy month for your festival next year, which I think sounds incredibly exciting and incredibly amazing. And it's just down the road from Peterborough, so not hard to get to. If you're watching Chez Les Fleur podcast for the first time, we welcome you. If you're returning to Chez Les Fleur, thank you for coming back. Angela's been with us today talking about music and marketing and all the wonderful things that make business exciting. Thank you again for being with us, Angela. We really appreciate your time, and we'll see you in Orono.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.